Hi, this is Katie from Katie Creations, and today we are going to do a tutorial for Solomon's knot, also known as lover's knot. As you can see, the stitch pattern is worked in series of 2 chain single crochet combinations, and you join in the previous single crochet made on the previous row. So let's get started. Get my backdrop down for a little bit better contrast with this color yarn. So you go ahead and pull up your first loop on your hook. And we're going to chain 1 and then single crochet back into that chain. Okay, now we're going to pull up a loop. You're going to place your thumb on top of the single crochet that you just made. You're going to pull the yarn from the back of your thumb through the loop. Basically, you just did a chain 1, just it's got a very large loop. Then you're going to insert your hook back into that chain, yarn over, pull through for a single crochet. And try zooming in here just a little bit so you can see it a little bit clearer. So we're going to do it again. Thumb on the single crochet. And this stitch pattern for my tutorial is worked in series of 2 plus 3. So if we were to actually be working it right now, we would have a total of 2 stitches because this is considered 1 stitch, this is 2 whenever it comes back because of where the joinings will be. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our plus 3 for our turn. My dog must have realized I was doing a video because he was sleeping so peacefully, and then he decided it was time to make noise. So I apologize for that. So there's 2, and here is my third one. Okay, so before we turn, we want to lay our work flat and make sure that these double loops are facing towards us and the single loops are facing away. And we're going to work, let's see, 1, 2, 3 chains. That's my turn. I'm going to work my first stitch in this single crochet right there. And the way I like to work it is I like to work it from this angle. I like to rotate it up a bit, and I'll be working my hook in this way. But I only don't pick up those 2 loops right there that you see, your top of your single crochet. I like to come through and I like to pick up this extra loop right here. You can see that extra loop right there. There you go. I like to pick that up because otherwise I feel if I just single crochet in these 2 loops, it feels like it slides around on me, so I single crochet including that loop in it to help secure it down a bit. So now see if we can show you what I mean. So I'm going to go in these 2 loops, and then I'm going to pick up this third loop right there. So I have 3 on my hook. Go ahead and yarn over and single crochet. Okay, let's do 2 more chain single crochet combinations. 1, 2, okay, now we're going to skip this knot right here and we're going to single crochet into this one. So again, I go in those 2 loops and then I find that extra third loop in there, right there, and I like to pull that one up on it also. and yarn over and single crochet, and go ahead and do 2 more your single crochet chain combinations. So there's 1, 2, and single crochet in that last single crochet, or I guess it's that first single crochet that you did in that chain 1 is where we're going to work. So, and if you need larger loops, if you need larger, lay this out here and I'll show you what I mean. If you need larger loops like this, if you need it to be larger or smaller, you can find something that fits that gauge, whether it's a smaller crochet hook or a larger knitting needle. So you can always adjust those to fit. So here is our chain 3 turn. And you see how that kind of forms a triangle? That's our turn. And we have our other 2 sets of stitches here. Now whenever we work back, we're going to do 2 more single crochet chain combinations, and we're going to join in this single crochet right here. And then we're going to do 2 more chain single crochet combinations and join here. You don't want to join into this spot. You want to join here, and then we'll join again down here. So let's go ahead and do those chain 1 single crochet combinations. Trying to work slow enough. Sorry, sometimes I forget that you're learning this stitch and I need to pay attention to that. Okay, so I turned my work, and whenever I turn it, I want to try to make sure that I keep these 2 loops on the outside. It's not completely possible because you do have this loop here, so we'll twist just a bit, but you don't want the single loop on the outside. You want the 2 loops. So we're going to go ahead and work into this single crochet here. I'm going to find that extra 3rd loop right back in here. Okay, 2 more. Okay, and we're going to work our next single crochet in this stitch. This is a really quick stitch that you work up. I mean, if you've got 40 rows that you're supposed to crochet, it'll be done in a breeze. So much faster than 40 rows of single crochet or something. And it's much prettier. So we're going to go ahead and work our last stitch here in the top of this triangle. Okay, let's see what it looks like with 3 rows. So you have your triangle here, you have a triangle over here, your little circles, and then we're going to do 2 more chain 1 single crochet combinations, and you're going to join here. You're going to do 2 more, join here, 2 more, join here. Okay, let's do one last row. Hopefully you've gotten the hang of it. I was kind of intimidated by this stitch. It looked very complicated until I actually sat down and looked at it, and it was one of those, why in the world did I wait so long to try this stitch? Okay, so I've turned it. going to single crochet in the top. And actually, this isn't the way that I first learned how to do Solomon's knot. The way I learned, you did your triangle stitches, the two that form the triangle at the very end of the row. And I stopped paying attention to the video and found that I had changed it. So I think my way's a little bit easier. So I thought I would pass it on to you and let you be the judge. And you'll notice that these these loops are now facing away from me. We're on this bottom row. They're facing towards me. That's okay. Otherwise, you'd be twisting the entire stitch to get the two rows to be on the bottom towards you. So just let it fall naturally. Okay, there you go. And to join in the top of our last single crochet. And there we have it. If you're making a scarf, you would just finish off and weave your ends back in and just tie in with one of these knots in here. You will never notice. It's so lacy and loopy and just absolutely elegant. I just love the way this looks. So hopefully this tutorial you have found helpful, and thank you so much.